Hello, Andy. This is Colin. I won't be able to get in tonight. I'm sweating like a pig. I'm sweating like a pig. I'm sweating like a pig.
My Xbox cup. Don't know if you can see that or not, but I need a quick drink. Tea. Essence of life. So, still me, still David, still One Up Gaming. So yeah, so we're going to do the One Up Gaming Game of the Year sort of like thing. The last few years, we've had the whole team on doing like a 3-hour podcast. This time, I just thought I'd get everyone to list and send in their top 10 lists. Then I would give each game a so if you voted Summit at 1, they'll get 10 points, Summit at 2, 9 points, all the way down to 10, they get 1 point. And I've got everyone's list together, added everyone's scores, and I think it's a fair way to come up with a top 10 list. So this is the part of the show where we're going to go into number 20 to number 11. So we can get a taste of the games that slightly just missed out on the One Gaming top 10 Game of the Year sort of show. So again, I will apologise if some of these games I've not played. I can't play everything. Some people's games are on this list I've not touched. So we'll have trailers in the background for all the games that we're talking about. If I don't know what the game is, I will just stay silent for 10-20 seconds and then we'll just watch a bit of the trailer. So, number 20, with a combined score of 3, so not that many people. So this is 5 people that have voted on these lists. So 3 points isn't massive. And that is Mortal Kombat 1. So I loved Mortal Kombat 9 and Mortal Kombat 10, or X, what we want to call it. I love them so much. I just kind of dropped off massively. And this one I've played, I just didn't get into, and I was kind of a bit, I don't really like reboots and restarts and getting all the characters to redo themselves and different scenarios where they'll have a mixture of Sub-Zero and then the robot and the Cyrax and all the bits mashed together. It's a weird sort of concept, and I just think that yes, the core gameplay is really good and it's fast, smooth, gorgeous to look at. The story didn't grip me as much as it had, and I just feel as though the Mortal Kombat, they need something different to re-energize the series now. So that is Mortal Kombat, and we've voted that at number 20. Number 19 with 4 points, and that is, and I'm going to get the name wrong, I do apologize, Naruto Cross Boruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections. Yeah. Whatever all that means. Now, I've not played this game. I'm not a big anime fan or cartoon person for me. And I honestly, the trailer's up in the background. I'm going to sound like an idiot. And it's either a one-on-one fighting game, but I don't think that's the Storm series, the Ninja Storm series. I think the Ninja Storm series are the more of the kind of openy worldy roleplay light sort of game. I'm probably way off, and I do apologize if I'm wrong. But all these games, I've played a few of them in the past, and they all blend together, and I don't know which one's which, and it's just not for me. So yeah, Naruto Cross Boruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections. Yeah. Number 18, with 4 points again, RoboCop. Is it Rogue City? Rogue Nation? I've just wrote RoboCop. Everyone knows what RoboCop is. Brilliant game. Looks really nice. It's also a surprise. It's on this far up on the list simply because it was done by, is it Teon? and their normal games are really budget. I think the last time they tried to do a big-ish sort of game, it was the RoboCop, the video game. No, it wasn't. It was the Rambo, the video game. And that one was, in all the trailers, it tried to make it look a first-person shooter, but it was like a Virtua Cop, like a Time Crisis, on rails action shooter, and it was just a waste. Whereas this one is a full first-person shooter. Because you are the RoboCop, it can be slow. It can be very basic, like you just shoot enemies, you pop heads, and blood goes, which is fun. It's very meaty, it's very visceral, and it is a fun game. I'd recommend it. Good little game. So this next one, I've not played, but it got 4 points again. At number 17, Assassin's Creed Mirage. And from what I can gather, looking at the reviews, looking at the videos and stuff, it's more like the Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed, Syndicate, Brotherhood, that style of game. Still full open world, but it's lost a lot of the RPG elements of the last couple of Assassin's Creed, like the Viking one, whatever it's called. I can't remember now. I'm not a big Assassin's Creed fan either. But I think this is not bad. It's stripping back some of the features. Like, why do you need to play a game for like 120 hours? Buy a game, play it for 20 hours, and you're done. Sometimes more options, more content hinders that from the biggest market because people are scared that they're not going to play that and then they don't buy that. But number 17, Assassin's Creed Mirage. Number 16, with 4 points again, Lies of P. Now this one is a Pinocchio story set in a Dark Souls style of game, so like the Souls style. Very hard, very methodical action, strategy, timing, all that good stuff. Graphics are gorgeous. I love the art style. I love the concept of it. It's a nice game. Plays just as good, if not as good as some of the Dark Souls sort of games. So, yeah, music's great. The graphics are great. It's a good game. Recommended. Number 16, Lies of P. And then number 15, getting up more points now. It had 6 points. And that one was Armored Core 6. I know it's got a Rubicon in it. Rubicon? I can't remember what the hell it was called. But Armored Core 6. That's all we need to know. That's all we need to know, the basics. And that one is at 15. And again, it's the guys who make the Dark Souls style game. It is From Software. And they were more famous for doing the Armored Core stuff years and years ago. And I think this is the first time for a good long while. Because I think the last ones were on the 360 Armored Core 5? Can't remember. But it's been a while. But this one, it's going back to the old style action shooter combat game where you build your Armored Core tank on legs sort of thing. And you just get in there and blast shit. And it looks amazing. It plays well. It's a good little game. Another one that's really good. Armored Core 6, number 15. So we're getting into the top of this list now. So number 14 had to be in there. Another one with 6 points, and that is Sociable Soccer 24. Now we got sent this from John and his team over at Combo Breaker, I think they are, to actually review the game. We reviewed the game. We loved the game. I've been playing it ever since. I used to play it on the iPad a couple of years ago when it was like the Sociable Soccer 21 and Sociable Soccer 22, I think it was. Loved it there. On the PC, it's slightly different. It's slightly different. It's very similar to the iPad sort of game. I think they used that to flesh out the game while they had the exclusive license on Apple Arcade. Now they've launched on the Steam, and it'll be coming on, I think it's on the Switch at the end of this year, and it'll be coming out on Xbox and PS5 start of next year. But Social Soccer, fast-paced. It looks, I don't want to say it's good. It looks good, smooth, fast, detailed. It's not an amazing showcase of graphics. It just gets the job done. It's functional. And sometimes people go way over the top for the graphics, but if it's fast and smooth and playable, then what more do you need? Graphics are at a standard now where even highly stylized caricatures, cartoonified versions of people still look good, and Social Soccer has this down. I also think that the gameplay on a lot of arcade sort of football, soccer games, it's a little bit weird, a little bit wonky. I think they don't have the budget. But with this game, because they've had 4 or 5 years to develop and to keep the game flowing, the pass goes to where you want it to go. The speed, the sprint, the curl and the ball, it all goes so well. It's an amazing little game. It's only about 25 quid, so give it a go and see what you think with that. So that is at number 14, Social Soccer 24. Number 13, more points now. Number 7 points, we have Hi-Fi Rush at number 13. And this one is a third-person action combat game mixed with music elements. Now, at the start of the game, you are... I can't remember that. It came out at the beginning of the year. It's that long ago since I played it. In essence, you are getting surgery or something, or I can't even remember now. But your iPod that you listen to all the time gets trapped inside you, and when it's trapped inside you, the machines say you're defective and you need to be terminated. And when you're fighting these machines that are attacking you, if you attack on the beat, then your scores go up, and it's highly stylized, very cartoonified, comic book style. I thought it was really funny, really great story, really interesting, and it looks great. And it came out of nowhere. It just got bombed off, and it's a great game. I think it's a Microsoft exclusive, so it's on Xbox and PC, but it is a really, really stylized game, and I loved it. So Hi-Fi Rush at number 13. So at number 12, another series which I hold in such high regard, and that is Street Fighter 6. And this is another one that had 7 points. And this one, I think the single player mode is better than the Mortal Kombat, for the simple reason Mortal Kombat's been doing that for like 3-4 games now. Whereas this one is, you create your character, your fighter, you enter the open world, and then you go around and pick fights with people, get better scores, RPG elements, like accessories that you can find and buy and all that kind of good stuff. And there's also the arcade mode, and it's just perfect. Graphically, so good, crisp, clear, smooth, 60 frames a second, gorgeous art style, everything goes so well, and Street Fighter 6 is a joy to behold, and that is the One Up Gaming's number 12 in this year's list. So the last game on this list is number 11 with 8 points, and that, my friends, is Marvel's Spider-Man 2. So this one didn't get into the top 10, but it's as close as it could be. And what more can you say? It's an amazing game. It is so good. If Miles Morales didn't come out last year and this was like the sequel, then it would have been, I think people would have voted more for it. But because it takes over and keeps a lot of the elements of the Miles Morales sort of game, but that game was much tighter, much more compact, whereas this one, it's been expanded in a bigger sort of like game, story, environment, that kind of thing. Sometimes that's for the negatives. It just doesn't quite flow and feel as tightly wound together as a story. It's not as cohesive as a world, but it's still an amazing game. It is just because of last year's tighter sort of game, it suffers a little bit. It's still an amazing game. It just suffers that little bit more. So that is our 11th game. So number 11 is Marvel Spider-Man 2 with 8 points. So we'll have a quick break and we'll come back with more.